Hey, what it do, man? It's your homeboy Young Buck. Right now you tuned in to Hip Hop's Revival, and we in the streets, baby. Let's go!
Thank God we ain't broke no more. Ain't gotta kick doors no more. Ain't gotta sell dope no more. Ain't it funny all of a sudden all the hoes on go? Mama told me, boy, spit that pain. But we are gathered here today to hate and to listen to what Montana gotta say. I swear you don't wanna witness this.
What's up, world? It's Montana 300. You know what I'm saying? 300, no BD. You know what I'm saying? You know what it is. So check me out, Montana OF 300. FGE, Fly Guy Entertainment, you know what it is. Rap God. Yeah, my 300 is based off the movie 300. I started like in 2008. I was part of a rap group. It was 3 of us, you know, and now it's 2. And my 300, like I said, is based off the movie No Surrender, No Retreat. Against all odds, how 300 soldiers like went against and killed thousands, you know, basically. You know, it represents me in so many ways to where like you know, where I'm at today, I got there on my own, you know, like a lot. I didn't get a lot of help that a lot of other people got, you know, like no radio, no none of that, you know, no famous friends, you know, giving me shots out on social medias or features, none of that. Like I got, you know, where I'm at today, all of my own lyrics, you know. And so the 300 thing, you know, being an underdog, you know, going against thousands, it represents me in a number of ways, you know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. It's nothing gang related, you know. No surrender, no retreat, against all odds, only the hard, only the strong. That's what my 300 stand for. No, it isn't. If it is, I don't know anything about it, you know. It hasn't been brought to my attention if it is, but you know, and if it's real beef, you know, people will know, you know, we'll know, they'll feel it, you know. So to me, nothing that I know of, there's no beef there. And in the beginning, you know, fans, you know, certain people that I don't even know lashed out a few times, you know, like, oh, he trying to, you know, be like us, or he trying to, you know, get some clout off of Chief Keef name, and all this. You know, I got fans that's been loyal, that's been around since day one, who, you know, they was lashing right back out, like, you know, no, Montana been 300 before Chief Keef was even rapping, and, you know, all this other stuff. But you know, and I'm a few years older than him, you know, so it's no beef as far as I know. I first started rapping, I was like maybe like 15 or 16. And I started taking it serious when I was about maybe like 17, 18. I started selling, you know, mixtapes in the streets, you know, out my trunk. You know, me and my guys, you know, we was in the streets, you know, flipping cars and paint jobs and all that stuff. And I was selling my music right out of my trunk. It was like 9 of us rapping then, you know. But, you know, people, you know, grow up, you know, grow older, you grow apart, you know, for so many different reasons. But I've been grinding. You know, I'm used to being on my own. I'm used to, you know, holding my own. You know, that's, you know, it's a lot of people that can't, you know, when they put in them type of situations. But, you know, that's back to that 300 thing. You know, that's what it is. I grew up in Chicago. I was always back and forth. Like when I got like maybe like around like 7th, 8th grade, I started going back and forth from 2 hours away to Peoria, where my dad moved to, and I go to school there for a little bit, come back to Chicago, go back and forth. So it's like, it's Peoria, Illinois. A lot of people don't know about it. But like I come back home to Chicago and they be like, man, where you been? You know, and I tell them, you know, I was in Peoria, Illinois, such and such, such and such. Anyway, at the time, Peoria was like a big, they was like real big on basketball. You know, like everybody there was just basketball crazy, you know. And, you know, in the sports, you know, and nobody there was really rapping at all, you know. And, you know, when I started doing my rap thing, everybody I was rapping with was actually from Peoria. And, you know, we was hustling and, you know, getting money there. So a lot of the things that we rapped about, you know, we were showing and proving, you know, so people, they saw that, you know, we rap about a Chevy on 24s, 26s, they saw that in the street, you know. So it was like respect, like, man, this dude serious, you know. And, so it was like always back and forth, you know, Chicago, Peoria, and just being fluent, and people can't really read your moves, you know. It's kind of like how I move and how I was, you know, like you never know where I'm at or when I could pop up. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And I can say about Peoria, I met a few, you know, real niggas there, but that place, it's a lot of hate, you know, there. Like, and I think a lot of it made me, you know, who I am. Like, I got people there that wish death on me, like heavy. I got more haters there than what I got in Chicago. You know what I'm saying? And it's like now, at the point that I am now, it's like they got no choice, you know, but to rock now. You know what I'm saying? Like, even if you was ever hating before, you know, like I get calls like, man, you know, such and such, you know, used to be into it, you know, like, yeah, rapping your stuff word for word, you know, woo, all that type of shit, you know. So it's all good, you know, like I go around, like I get shown love, you know, like even if somebody else gonna hate behind my back, you know. When they see me, it's never to my face, you know what I'm saying? Show love or show me respect. So that's what it is.
Okay.
Chicago. And shout out to Peoria, Illinois, man. You know, big part of my music is where I started my music at and where I started, you know, where I met some of my homies at, you know. Got some real niggas from down there, you know, and I got some real niggas from here in Chicago and shit too, you know, and I still rock with them, you know. It's love. Oh, big, I would say a big difference. A lot of Peoria looks at Chicago, you know, like it's focused on Chicago. So, it's like a small area, you know, it's a small town, Peoria. And, there's not many murders there at all compared to Chicago. You know, they might have about 20 murders a year, you know, and it's like everybody knows everybody there damn near. So it's like, it kind of hits them worse. You know, if you didn't know the person that got killed, then somebody you know knows that person. You know what I'm saying? To Chicago, it's like, shit, we get 20 murders in a fucking day or weekend, you know, in 2 days, you know. So it's really like nothing, you know. And it's a lot of kids, you know, like growing up, you know, in Peoria that's glorifying Chicago, you know. Or if they murder rate probably did go up to 40, they would be proud of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, or feeling like they, you know, cut from the same cloth as Chicago kids or, you know, rappers and stuff like that, which is not a good thing, you know, but it's reality, you know what I'm saying? It's the truth, you know. It's sad truth, but that's what it is. It's a big difference. So you'll be easier. But one thing I can say about Peoria, like to raise your kid, like as far as sports wise, it would be better, you know, than Chicago. You know, like they big on their sports and, you know, supporting they talent and kids that's around as far as sports wise. You know, as far as music wise, that's not the place to be. Peoria is not the place to be. You know, you're not finna get any support unless you're just really like super effective. You know what I'm saying? Like super effective to where I'm saying like, you know, like even I got a song on Curse of the Blessing when I say I'm so hot, I got the ops turning the fans on me. You know, like they turn into fans. You know, like for somebody to hate your guts, but they like, you know, they still listen to your music or still going to see what the new thing that you drop. You know, like you got people that's friends, they own friends that's around them, not even rocking with your music like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not that effective. You see what I'm saying? So once you know like you're a game changer, you that effective. You know, like once you come around, things change. You know, when you know you got that certain type of power. You know, and it's like I know I got it. You know, and I don't brag on it. You know, or nothing like that. Talking, I might brag on this when I'm rapping. You know, but you know I'm humble and you know, but I know I got something. You know, that's super powerful. You know, that a lot of people. Maybe not nobody else got, you know, and I don't know. That's really what it is though. But both places has their advantages and disadvantages. You know, you're not gonna run into nobody in Peoria that could change your life. You know, or give you a big opportunity. Chicago, you will. You're not gonna run into that many people that'll take your life in Peoria. In Chicago, you will. You see what I'm saying? So you gotta know really what you aiming for and what you looking for, you know, and how to move and adapt, you know, and survive in either place, you know, especially with whatever you're trying to do. That's basically it.
What can you say, or what are some words of advice you can give to kids who glorify and who look at Chicago?
I would say understanding is the big thing, you know. Like I could rap about killing, you know, in every song. I'm not killing every day, you know, I'm not going out shooting people every day. You gotta understand that, you know, like you gotta understand at the end of the day, this is entertainment, you know, like if you go watch Terminator 1, 2, and 3, he killing people all through the movies on Schwarzenegger. But you gotta understand that this is how he feeds his kids, you know. This is what he does, this is his job, you know, this is how he pays his bills, you know. And after the movie is over with, somebody leave out and just go start killing people, are y'all gonna be like, it's Arnold Schwarzenegger's fault, you know? He needs to stop doing what he's doing, stop his profession, change it, you know? That's what makes Arnold Schwarzenegger Arnold Schwarzenegger. You can't tell Michael Jordan how to be Michael Jordan, you know? Like, let someone be, you know, let them be great in their way, whatever kind of way it is, you know? Of course, you know, a person should grow, you know, become a better player. Michael Jordan wasn't the same player he was in his prime when he came in as a rookie, you know? So, you know, give him time to grow, you know what I'm saying? Like, he will, you know, blossom into a better player if he really put in that type of work, you know, to be as great as he is, you know? So, really, that's just the main thing, understanding. Some people be like, you know, somebody don't got parents around to, you know, guide them right. But, you know, if you got a working brain, you got common sense, then you should know that much, you know, whether you're a kid or not, you know, you know, that's what it is. And you need to understand, too, that whatever violence that's being talked about, you know, in raps and stuff like that, like I put it in creative ways, you know, to, you know, make it sound cool or, you know, make people ooh and ah. But you gotta understand too, like it's really people that you know, have this type of mentality, you know, of killing, you know what I'm saying? So you need to be aware and know your surroundings too at the same time, at all times, you know. And just I don't know, I would say you know, for advice for the kids that glorify that, just have some understanding and have some balance, you know, in your life, and understand that, you know, being cool, you know, it can only get you so far, you know. And I never heard of being cool actually getting you paid, you know what I'm saying? You being, you know, just because you got on the new Jordans, I never heard of somebody you got on new Jordans and that's what fed your family and paid your bills, you know? Yeah, the Chirac, I knew that since I was shooting it with Zay, it was gonna be, you know, this is not no digital camera no more, you know. This is gonna be on a way bigger stage, you know. So I just was like way more picky, you know, of my words and my lines, and I made sure everything counted, you know. I'm like, you know, I'm just finna, basically like I said in the beginning, like I'm done playing, you know, like ain't no holding back. Like Chirac and my Versace remix, them the two tracks that I went like full blast on, like I went the hardest on. Like I didn't hold back, you know. I didn't try to catch some swag. I'm gonna say some little catchy stuff here. I'm gonna, you know, do this. Like I don't never go full blast in none of my songs, but Chirac and Versace, them the only ones that I did. Like people might say like I went like they'll compare Holy Ghost to Chirac, you know, and it's like Holy Ghost still I was in a box because, you know, the concept, you know, was like biblical things, you know. And it's like when I'm doing these remixes, you know, like Try Me and the Chirac and Versace, all that, it's like I'm able to run wild, you know. I can talk about any subject, touch on any subject I want to, you know. And it's like that's the type of rapping that I like all that, you know, making songs, you know. I'm not really too much. I don't care about that too much, you know. But I do it for my fans, you know. It's needed, you know. Everybody want to say, like, I hear people say things like, you know, his remixes is better than his original songs. And I hear people come like, you better go listen to Holy Ghost and Game of Pain, you know, like, and all those are songs without any hooks, you know. But, you know, people got to understand the difference between just going in on some shit and making a song and the reason of making a song. You know, a song is meant to be catchy, you know. Like, all those remixes are them for people to really, you know, sit down and listen, you know. If I did remixes like that all day and all my songs were just going in, no hook, people would be like, he can't make a song. You see what I'm saying? People would be like, he need a battle rap, you know. But it's like, you got to be well-rounded, you know, to be the best. Like, look at LeBron James. Of course, it's the best thing in the world when you see him jump in the air and his head is to the rim, he slam dunk, you know, taking it in, he going in like that. You know, but imagine if that's all he could do, you know. You got to be able to pass, you know. You got to be able to rebound. You got to be able to play defense and block. You got to be able to do everything, you know. So that's why I do shit like that, you know. I have little tracks where I do auto-tune, I do little club bangers here and there and shit, you know. And, you know, I got tracks where I go in, you know. I got tracks where I might do a little drill shit, and I'm not no fucking drill rapper, you know. But I make drill songs here and there because I have those fans too, you know, and everybody needs to get pleased, you know. So it's like, I fuck with my fans, you know. It's certain people that prefer this type of Montana, some people that prefer this type of Montana, you know. And it's like, fucking with the best, you know, like on some Jordan and LeBron, like, you never know what you're gonna get, you know, but they gonna give it to your ass, you know what I'm saying? Like, so that's how I really come. Like, anybody that's predictable, like, you know, like, he another Chicago rapper, so he finna be talking about ops and thoughts and foreigns and, you know, Gucci and Louis. Like, if that's all you about, you know, then you could be read easy. You know, you predictable, you know. But, you know, when you got motherfuckers saying shit like, you know, would you still be loyal to God if he didn't promise you heaven type shit, you know. And there ain't nothing hotter than, no, I just like the devil's kiss. Like, that shit is not predictable from no fucking body, you know. Like, you know, that's really what I plan on doing in the game, is really bringing that type of shit back, you know, bringing lyrics back, motherfuckers that really want to hear real rap, you know, and some shit to make you think, you know what I'm saying, or, you know, I feel like when I rap, when I'm done, somebody should be able to walk away from it with something, you know, like they learn something, or, you know, they thinking, you know, a little bit, you know, instead of just, oh, I heard it, I didn't really get anywhere or get nothing from it, you know, like, so, yeah, Chiraq, I just went all in everywhere, you know, touched on you know, some of my pain and shit, you know, my mom and shit like that, and, you know, growing up as a shorty and shit like that, touched on the haters and shit, you know, made people ooh and ah here and there and all that type of shit, and, you know, and just put a lot of, you know, rage into it and, you know, emphasis, you know, a lot of people don't do that shit, and don't know how, you know, but it's straight me, you know, and it's like, every track not gonna be like that, like, I'm not in that same mood every day of my life, you know, every minute, you know, it's like, everything is temporary, you know what I'm saying? Like, one day you will be sad, you know, or 5 minutes you might be sad, you know. You're not gonna be sad the rest of your life, you know. You're gonna smile again, you know, but that smile only gonna last for so long, you know. You could be sad and miserable and your kid walk in the room and then you look at your kid and smile, you know, like that's what made you smile, you know, but after so long, your smile gonna go away, you know, and you're gonna feel a different way, you know what I'm saying? But it's gonna come back, so it's just like that. Whatever I'm feeling on the beat, that's how I go in and shit. And then Chiraq, I just felt like I was just finna go full blast and make this shit count, you know, and that's what I did, and it did what it did. Curse with a Blessing. I really got my guy who's the other part of 300, Tally 300. Me and him, we really, you know, we have a lot of debates and, you know, discussions. You know, he believes everything in the Bible to be true, you know, and 100% pure. And me, I think otherwise. Like, I feel like it's corrupted, you know, even if it's just 5%, you know. It's one of the greatest books ever made, you know, I believe. The two greatest books ever made to me is the Bible and the Quran. Not in no certain type of order, you know, but those two, to me, in my opinion, you know. And I feel like, you know, just like they say, no person, place, or thing is made perfect, you know. That goes for books too, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not perfect, you know. So I feel like the book's been tampered with. Obviously it has, even if it's translations, you know. Like, I feel like, you know, if I made or wrote Chiraq, don't mess with my words, you see what I'm saying? Because now you tamper with it, you know what I'm saying? Like, don't change my words around, you know, because that's not the real thing, you see what I'm saying? And it's like, so Curse with a Blessing is just like, you know how you say everything negative can be turned to a positive, you know, everything positive can be turned to a negative. So it's kind of like that, like, I'm blessed, you know, to have the talent that I have, but by me not making it all positive, you know, and giving people, you know, some of the bad shit and, you know, the violence and shit like that, it's kind of, you know, it's a bad thing, you know. I can admit and say that it is, you know. So it's basically like, I'm cursed with a blessing. Like, I can be this cold and this raw, but look how much, you know, hate, you know, and, you know, that I have that comes with it, you know what I'm saying? It's just so much, you know, and it's like the load that somebody takes on to being so great, you know, so it's a lot of weight and big heavy, it's real heavy, you know, whether it's, you know, like I said, like it's Michael Jordan or the most humble dude in the league, Derrick Rose, you know, you still got people that want to hate, you know, and talk down on you, you know, like, and it's like the bigger you get, the less you can move around and do, you know. It's like the less free you are, basically, you know what I'm saying? And it's like I say, a motherfucker with money is a motherfucker with options, you know, and it's like, you got these options with your money, but you gotta think about, you know, your safety and, you know, your kids and, you know, your family and shit, you know, any little careless move, you know, could result to the end of you, you know what I'm saying? You know, the end of everything that you support and everybody that's dependent on you, you know, and, you know, you just gotta think smart and shit like that. So, Curse with a Blessing is basically, it's the good and the bad, you know, and it's like, I'll tell a person, like, I'm not perfect, you know, I want fans and, you know, all the young people that listen to hear this coming from me, looking at me, I want you to know that I'm not perfect, you know, So don't go doing everything that I do or everything that I say, you know. But I can tell you that I'm not perfect, but at the same time, I refuse to give you what you want. And when you want to hear all this violence and stuff, I'm going to give you positive things. You know, I'm going to tell you certain, you know, stories and, you know, things, struggles and shit that I made it out of. You know, I feel like it's my responsibility to do that and to give you something good. You know, because anybody that's talking on the track or in the video, like whether they know it or not, you're a teacher. You got somebody's attention. You know, and you actually giving them something. So you need to understand that and give them something. You know, give them something good. Give them something that they could use. You know, here and there, instead of giving them all this bullshit that they want, that the majority of people want. You know, like just give them something. So that's basically what Curse with a Blessing is about. You know, like I'm not perfect, but shit, I'm finna give it to you every kind of way. You know, the good and the bad. My favorite song is personally is All I Ever Wanted. I feel like it's the most complete song I ever did, you know, in my life, as far as from start to finish, you know, hooks, you know, verses, substance, you know, some creativity here and there. Is it the best song I think I've ever done? Maybe not, but my personal favorite, that's my personal favorite, because you know, it describes me. Like, I think about shit like when I'm gone, you know, I'm gone, I got great grandkids, you know, that wanted to know how I was, you know. Like, of course, they're going to be able to watch videos, but leaving them with shit like that, you know. Like, all I ever wanted was to get my family out the hood. All I ever wanted was to see them smile and know they're good. I could have told somebody else, this is the concept, all I ever wanted. And they would have came on there and said, all I ever wanted was an iced out chain. All I ever wanted was some mics, and you know, like I don't give a fuck about none of all that material shit. You know, like that's what makes your music timeless. You know what I'm saying? Like the most popular person or talked about is got to be like Jesus and God. You know, way before us and way after us, they still gonna be the most talked about. You know, way before the Michael Jordans and Michael Jacksons. You know, and way after, nobody's talked about every day and as much as them. You know, and it's like that, like. That type of shit is timeless, you know. That's why I incorporate, you know, spiritual, godly things and shit like that in my music, you know, here and there, because you know, in the midst of somebody listening to me rap or hearing all this violence and bad stuff, at the end of the day, I gotta, you know, answer to and acknowledge God, you know, and I want to know that, you know, I'm that much, I'm sane, you know, I have enough sense to, you know, be aware and, you know. And I talk to God every day. You know, like I said, I haven't been to church since January 2005. And somebody can hear that and be like, oh, you going to hell, you know? And I tell them, like, I pray more than you. I pray more than the average Christian that goes to church, you know? So I really don't care. That's your opinion. Like, God hasn't even told me that I'm going to hell, but here you are telling me, you know? So I really don't worry about it too much. Like I said, my number one obligation is I have a relationship with Him. And I pray to Him every day, you know, I talk to Him every day. I could be talking to myself, you know, but I have enough faith to feel like I'm being heard, you know, and can't nothing change that, you know, and that's enough, you know, for me. He knows my heart better than anybody else does that want to, you know, judge me or anything, so I ain't got time to dwell on it. That's what it is. Yeah. I'm thinking about dropping another mixtape in June. I'm thinking of going every 6 months, you know, but the next mixtape is gonna be called Fire in the Church. It's gonna be called Fire in the Church. Yeah, and like fire inside of the church, you know. You know, people talk the truth. People say church afterwards, you know. So it's just like I'm even tell you, you know, I'm giving you the bad shit that's within the truth, you know. Everything, like I'm not finna sugarcoat the shit and make you think that this house, you know, is pure, you know, like even Jesus, like, you know, they said he didn't do any wrong, he was so pure. That don't mean all his friends was as pure, you know what I'm saying, or as true, you know. Somebody, I might get to the point where they saying I'm the best rapper that ever lived. That don't mean everybody that I rap with on tracks is as good as rapper as me, you know. So yeah, that's basically what it is. You know, fire in the church. Y'all get ready for that. When I seen it, he actually he tweeted me a few times before. Like when my Twitter got hacked and I had to start over from Twitter all the way to 0 back in like the middle of May. He was like one of the first people to follow me, you know. So I knew, and he sent me a message like, you know, you snapped on that Chiraq, you know. So I knew he heard, you know, and you know, I said thanks, you know, back. So I get my followers up, shit like that. Then recently, you know, he tweeted, he just said bars in all capital letters and then tagged my name, you know. Like it was like he didn't say like this nigga got bars, or y'all go check him out. He just put bars, you know, like basically that's basically a substitute or something for my name, you know, or something that just describes me, period, you know. So I mean, it felt good, you know, just to have his acknowledgement, you know, and like Chicago, it's a lot of hate too, and it's a lot of competition, you know, with a lot of rappers and shit like that. And just for him to even reach out and, you know, do that, it showed me that, you know, it's not, that there's not hate there, you know, and it's that it's, you know, basically respected. Like he didn't have to do that, you know. So you know, it said a lot, you know, it's a good feeling though, you know, show people too, like you know, that you could reach out and, you know, do certain shit like that. Like y'all don't all got to be the same clique, or, you know, you can listen to somebody else and if they shit rocking, you know, you could rock with them and, you know, let them know, like, don't mean that you soft, or, you know what I'm saying, or, you know what I'm saying, but some motherfuckers is just, I don't know. Motherfuckers got homies though that hate, you know what I'm saying too. Like, man, why you tell them that, you know, fuck all that, you know what I'm saying? Like, it is what it is, man. Shout out to Bibby too, man. You know, I fucks with your shit though. Honestly, I'm really focused on FGE, you know, myself, my team, Fly Guy Entertainment, you know, me, Talia 300, J Real, R&B singer Jalen Sanders. I don't mind working with anybody from Chicago. You know, it's business first. You know, I don't have no beef with any rappers, you know, in Chicago right now. You know, all the people that I beef with basically is they either not rapping or trying to rap and not being heard. But yeah, I can work with whoever. You know, like I'm a execute on my end. You know, I can get on any type of beat, anything, and still, you know, be effective. So it's whatever.
Anything else you'd like to add for your fans?
I just want to let y'all know that I appreciate y'all ear, and rock with me, stick with me, because I'm not going to stop, you know, all the way to the top. That's what it is. Rap God, Montana 300. Y'all can go get the mixtape, Curse with a Blessing mixtape. Y'all can go get it off iTunes or Google Play, or yeah, do that, because I put a lot of work into it. Put a lot of hard work into it, you know, a lot of dedication, you know, and go get it off iTunes or Google Play. Go buy it for me, you know what I'm saying? Do that, because if you get it off the mixtape sites and all that stuff, it's on Spinrilla and Live Mixtapes, you know, and Dat Piff and all that type of stuff. But you know, whoever go out and support it and buy it, you know, show your appreciation, because I'm fucking with y'all, you know, I'm putting a lot of dedication into this shit, and you know, y'all the way, you know, I try to retweet y'all as much as I can, you know, rock with y'all, interact with y'all, you know, and I don't plan on changing, you know what I'm saying, all the way to the top. Bring it out with me, man, let's go. I say, when I go in, I go insane. I know how to use my brain. When I enter my domain, I'm so serious, I ain't playing. Some like to call it strange, like what's going through his veins. But whoever would have thought back to the day my father came, that he and my mom would drop a bomb like they're Hussein. And me being that bomb and all the impact that I bring, they throw dirt upon my name and say that I'm the one to blame. And then see me in person and then hop up on my thing. I'm riding with my nigga Tally, old dog, I am Kane. See, I'm the coldest winter, peep the snow off in my chain. Montana 300, man. You know what it is, man. FG shit.
Yeah.
nigga on trash shit, fuck your assumptions. I ain't got time for the fuck shit. Born from a city where they grind, lifting 9 niggas dying in the mind of the blind is corrupted. We bringing that toast. Since I'm young and I was told shit happens, gotta be on point like a cactus. Mama kept the blade in the mattress, daddy kept the gun in the dresser. Wish a nigga would come test us. My nigga, I done let the front line, and I take over when it's clutch time. While you waiting on the punchlines, I hope you ready when it's duck time. Cause I'm lifting 245s like a pump iron. Wrong way down the one way, admiration for the gunplay. Hope I don't catch another gun case.